Alright, kids, I'm back. So, I was telling you about a guy named Stan Dale who lived in the middle of the 20th century. He started a group called the Human Awareness. No, that's not. Yeah, it might be what it's called. Human Awareness something. And they dealt with intimacy and sexuality and stuff. And I was in a lot of organizations in the 20th century. Everything from the original Est to LifeSpring, Amway. I was in Amway 7 times. I was in I was Sprint once upon a time was a MLM, believe it or not. And I was in that. I was in A.O. Williams as an MLM, which later became Prime Video, Prime America. I was in Toastmaster, 5 Toastmaster clubs where I did about 500 speeches, and I kept track of it on a spreadsheet and then lost the spreadsheet. My ability to lose, like I wrote a book. I mean, I've written 4 or 5 manuscripts of books, even though I've been published with my short stories and poems over 130 times. I have never had a book published, but I've written 4 or 5 book-length manuscripts. And no, I don't remember why I was telling you that. So, all right, let me go look and see. We'll see now. I took the levothyroxine at 9:22, and I have to wait a half an hour before I can eat. I'm allowed to drink coffee and water, so 30 minutes will be 9:52. All right, guys. I probably ought to go lay down. I don't think I will, but I should. All right, love you very much. Let me see if I've got any water in here. I'm allowed to have water or coffee. See, now the time the levo kicks in or kicks out or whatever it does. So I've got a cup here with a little bit of yesterday's coffee. I've got a jar of Lipton Diet Iced Tea Lemon that is actually caffeinated. Makes 15 quarts. I often show you guys products in hopes that someday I get a product review gig. But of course, if I'm sitting here going, please give me a product review gig, guess what? Nobody's going to give you a product review gig. I was watching a funny Norman MacDonald bit on YouTube Shorts this morning where he talked about Hitler's dog. Oh boy, what a world. All right. One of my phones, I have this thing. I tell people I have this friend named Jeremy who lives, as he describes it, on the border of Uzbekistan, which I don't know if that means inside or outside of Uzbekistan. And by the way, pretty sure I'm mispronouncing Uzbekistan, if there even is one. Anyway, he buys me phones and pays for them. Or alternatively, he'll just send me the money so I can make the payments. This puppy this morning was running way hot. I call them by their colors. This is the white phone. It's cold now, but a while back, hour or so, it was hotter than hell. And all I was doing on it, the only thing I was doing was I was playing YouTube, measuring like the length of YouTube videos. And I always put in here, like, I switch topics constantly, I change subjects constantly, so I'm going to say, and I get ideas constantly through the day, what feels like thousands of ideas a day. So I've been toying with selling t-shirts for about a year, and I've made a few tiny footholds in knowing how to do that. But some of the prices I found are, some were very low, but then I lost touch with that vendor. Now I'm talking to American vendors, and their wholesale prices are ridiculously high. So I thought, well, what added value could I add to a t-shirt myself? Since I was in printing for so many years and copying, I thought, well, I wonder if I could do, like what a letterpress does. Like a letterpress will just kind of come down and stamp a piece of paper, and then you physically move the paper and stamp the next copy of that same page. I wonder if I could do that with t-shirts. Like I could buy them somewhere, and I could design a word quote or a image, and then I could go somewhere to where someone has like a letterpress and print that image on there, and by so doing I would add value to the t-shirt, and I could charge more for it than I normally could or would. And we could make up popular ones and have fun with things that are outside the world of copyright. I'd like to do one with a picture of Joan of Arc, like riding a horse or something, having helped. I want to say she saved France, but I got to go back with Gemini and do an episode of that time period to see what she really did. But fascinated with her because a lot of kids, a lot of tweens and teenagers around the world are inventing things, are becoming millionaires, and they go unrecognized like so many other people. So I'm really embarrassed to be a white guy, a white human being, white male, given all the destruction and hate we've grown and nurtured over the centuries and centuries. Anyway, it is 7 minutes in here. Good, in the house, Doug. Alright, I'm gonna do something else, probably just watch some YouTube or something for a few minutes. And I've made 7 of these this morning within the last 20 minutes, so I gotta start uploading these. And I'll try to I made a little chart in this little notebook about, keeping track of the videos I make and where have I uploaded them so far and all that. So also got to do that. God almighty. Alright, kids, thanks for the memories. Really hungry, shaking, but I can't eat for another few minutes. Alright, thank you. I love you guys. I love you guys a lot. Oh, see you later. Take care. Oh my God, oh my God.